colleagues, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to your new UNV online learning platform. The year 2015 was a monumental year for all of us. By endorsing the Agenda 2030 for Sustainable Development, including its 17 Sustainable Development Goals, the world community reaffirmed its commitment to the three pillars of sustainable development, namely to ensuring sustained and inclusive economic growth, social development and environmental protection, and to do so in partnership and peace. Just after the adoption of the Agenda 2030, Member States also adopted the Paris Agreement under the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, a historic agreement to combat climate change and to accelerate and intensify actions and investments needed for a sustainable, low-carbon future. Together, they form the most comprehensive blueprint to date for eliminating extreme poverty, reducing inequality and protecting the planet. Along with the Addis Ababa Action Agenda and the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction, they constitute an integral plan of action for people, planet and prosperity, which requires all countries and stakeholders to act in concert. It is clear that this has implications for all of us. The transformative nature of the new agenda must touch all elements of the organization. Competencies and skills will have to be adapted and revised, but the breadth of the new agenda requires all of us to broaden our substantive knowledge base as well. On-the-go, lifelong and on-demand learning must be provided to ensure that we can all act as role models and multipliers for the change we would like to witness. If we want the agenda to be known and owned, we must lead by example and do justice to the integrated nature of the agenda. The implementation of the new agenda requires much more than just a quick fix, and it is therefore very encouraging to note that UNV, following the adoption of its strategic framework, is genuinely investing in the organization in becoming a learning organization with an eye on the internal as well as on the external learning needs. The commitment from the United Nations Volunteer Programme to promote competency development and learning for UN volunteers is a critical element of achieving its strategic priorities is an important one, and the online learning platform as one of the tools will be invaluable as a space for collaboration and co-creation. In addition to guiding you to opportunities for learning, the platform will give you access to other people and larger communities of practice, and it should help in strengthening your role as facilitator and convener of different voices at the local level. UN volunteers are perfectly placed to make a lasting contribution to the implementation of Agenda 2030 and the Paris Agreement, and I am convinced the UNV online learning platform will serve as a tremendously valuable asset to take your important mission forward. In line with your new tagline, you are indeed inspiration in action and you are needed more than ever. Please do make this valuable new platform your learning home and encourage your peers to do so too. From the UNSSC Knowledge Center for Sustainable Development, I wish you all the very best in your learning journey.